What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Gakis, and today the Solstice 2025 event has come to an end in Destiny 2, and most people, including myself, expected a whole lot of nothing, just going back to the normal leveling system. However, a special, and I do mean special, surprise event within the portal has actually launched for the duration of this week that is going to make activities significantly easier for a lot of people. This might actually be a great week to farm the portal. So what the heck am I talking about? Well, let's get started. So, when you log into Destiny 2, there's a couple of pop-ups you can get. I actually got this Eververse pop-up first, and that was it, but upon restarting my game, I then got this pop-up. Special Surge starts now. Special Surge doubles special weapon damage, and increases the chance of special ammo drops in portal activities. So let's see how that works. I head into the portal, I go to solo ops, and guess what is the featured solo op with a bonus heavy drop for getting a B grade? It's K1 Logistics, and guys, it's Hive. So this is all taking place this opening day with the fastest solo lost sector in the entire game, which is Hive K1 Logistics. So again, in terms of farming, this is a juicy one. Now, I click on this and go to set up my modifiers, and as you can see, like in the bottom corner, I have Accelerator Special Surge. Now, this is locked, I can't take this off, and it says increase special weapon damage and ammo drops. Then I set up the rest of my modifiers to reach that optimal B+, almost an A rating. By the way, you will have to put on more modifiers than you did the past couple of weeks because those Solstice modifiers are gone, guys. But once I have everything set up, my loadout is actually a double special loadout. I usually run Mint Retrograde plus the Choir of 1 when I am farming K1, so this is perfect. Guys, let's take a look at this in-game. I just hit this Acolyte for 1,000 damage with the Choir. 1,000 damage. I actually have footage that I'm playing right now. This is before this modifier was active from a previous week. I'm not hitting for 1,000 damage. In fact, this is way more than double damage. Obviously, my light level changing is going to impact that, but that shows you like before and after footage of how fast I'm taking down these yellow bar knights with the Choir. It's not even close, guys. Oh my goodness, you crank with special weapons. This is a huge deal. And I'm gonna also show in the background gameplay, once I get up to the boss, I just delete this boss with the Mint. Like, the Mint is slamming for damage. It does so much damage. So, the last time we had something like this happen, it was the special like Suros Foundry week, where Suros weapons did 25% more damage. This is so much better. Dude, double special weapon damage, doubling the damage of your Mint Retrograde, which is already one of the best weapons we have ever seen in Destiny 2. It's just so good for everything. Ad clearing, boss DPS, now you're doubling that damage output. That is actually insane. And then the one possible downside of this would be, oh well, if you're using your special so much, and especially if you're using double special, you're gonna run out of ammo. Nope, because they've increased the special ammo drops as well, guys. So even though the Solstice event is gone and you are just gonna be getting less loot than you were previously, your rate of completion, how fast you're able to complete some of these portal activities, might actually increase compared to Solstice thanks to this modifier. I would take double special weapon damage over any of those Solstice modifiers, except for the fact that they improved your overall score, but you know what I'm saying, like double special weapon damage is way better than, causing fire sprites or whatever the heck you were doing in Solstice. It is crazy. So again, how fast you're able to complete, K1 today, you might get your record today. In fact, you probably will get your record run today because your special weapons are kicking out so much damage, guys. So this week, you absolutely want to pay attention to what's going on in the portal, especially in Pinnacle Ops, because if they have a featured mint retrograde day where you can get one guaranteed and then you have the chance of getting one for getting a B grade, oh my goodness, it's going to be the perfect time to farm, because if you're doing pinnacle ops, there's so many boss fights and stuff. Having double special weapon damage, you're going to be cutting through those bosses, guys. It's going to be insane. And speaking of the mint retrograde, let's go over some fantastic special weapons you may want to use. Obviously, starting with the mint. If you have one, even if you don't have the god roll, this thing cranks so hard. It's going to be unbelievably good for this week. Then, I talked about it earlier, but the Choir of One. This is a special ammo weapon. It's a special weapon, but it has a ton of ammo. Super usable, incredible, exotic weapon, guys. After that, hey, the rocket-assisted frame sidearms hitting for double damage, especially the ones like the Aberrant Action with Incandescent, so they are going to be spreading their on-kill effects so easily because every shot you're going to be absolutely nuking whatever you hit. These could be quite good. Another one I really want to shout out, fusion rifles, especially rapid-fire frame fusion rifles with DPS rolls like this Lionfish here with Reconstruction Chill Clip. Doubling the damage of this is going to be crazy for just absolutely cranking bosses, guys. I also want to mention stuff like trace rifles. You know, a lot of people run trace rifles in a double special build as their ad clearing weapon. Well, that's going to be even better this week. Now, I also want to say a couple of weapons I wouldn't necessarily recommend. First of all, you have shotguns like this Perfect Paradox. I have a lot of shotguns that have 1-2 punch to enable melee builds. These are not the things you want to run this week because the power is coming from your special. You actually might want to switch to a shotgun with Trench Barrel, right? Or again, a DPS roll to actually use the shotgun itself for when it's double damage and absolutely, you know, nuking everything. Another one, an area denial frame grenade launcher like Festival Flight. Yeah, these are going to be fantastic for killing ads, but really I think the advantage you get from this modifier is going to be for nuking the more powerful enemies, using your mint, again, using a DPS shotgun, a rapid fire frame fusion, using that type of stuff to just melt bosses and more powerful enemies in Pinnacle Ops, Fireteam Ops, you know, and even Solo Ops. That is where your attention should be in terms of special weapons, guys. So overall, definitely a pretty cool event. I think they actually learned from the Suros one, which was neat, but like 25% increased damage. A lot of people didn't really switch up their loadouts. This one, I think you switch your loadout. Like, this one is crazy. Double damage, and also special weapons casts an incredibly wide net. There are so many amazing special weapons out there, guys, and exotics as well. Conditional Finality just came to my mind as one that's going to be cranking as well, guys. So definitely, if you want to farm Portal Activities, if you plan on playing the game this week, change your loadouts to incorporate some really high DPS special weapons, guys. And don't forget the weapon stat, because that's going to increase your weapon damage even more and influence the ammo drops you get as well, so you can really lean into double special builds for the duration of this week. Guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.